Hi, I'm Shawn Griswold, head coach for sports performance at Arizona State University. Being the head coach for sports performance, I'm actually oversee the entire athletic department as far as strength and conditioning goes. So football is kind of my baby, but I have 7 full-time coaches that I oversee to take care of the rest of the athletes here. Usually we're here between 4:45 and 5 in the morning. My guys do a great job of setting up the night before, so we're pretty much ready to go for the day. It depends on the time of year, but we'll have a running group that starts at 6. We have another running group that starts at 7:30, and then we have lift groups throughout the day. There you go, good. Typically ending by about 1:30, and then we have obviously all of our other sports that still training here too. So basically, you're here from 5 to basically 6 at night. Already out to it, big pull. There you go, good. Now, again, drive your feet, right? So you snap back under it quicker. Even though we have 115 kids, we try to keep it very individualized for basically each sport, me being with football, each position group, and then really individually, the needs of each athlete are different, not just the same for everybody. Speed, speed, speed. How fast do you move the bar? There you go, make sure you drive your feet. We start a lot in the recruiting process as far as once we sign those kids, just about watching film through our recruiting people. And then once we get them on campus, medical history background through our doctors, our athletic trainers, and then a lot of it just comes through communication with each student athlete. We put them through a week-long evaluation process of movement screen to kind of see what their weaknesses and strengths are, and then just kind of the trained eye of watching them move and lift and those kind of things, you kind of develop your plan that way. Get that right? Keep your feet down, right? Okay. I'll raise one up. Bottom line is you have to work hard with these kids, building relationships. Coach will tell you that all the time. It's about building relationships with each student athlete so they know that you care about them. You can train them as hard as you want. And then knowing a little bit about each sport, it really helps you as far as making sure that the programs are done right. So make sure, again, don't pull, use your legs, right? Don't use your arms, use your legs. Especially now that the NCAA only allows football coaches to really only have them for certain times of the year and then for only certain hours. I always tell a story. When we first got here in January of 2012, by the time we hit August for fall camp, basically the coaches had only had them for 15 practices. We've had them for 4 days a week for basically 7 full months. So we have them a lot more than what the coaches get them. So we play an important role as well as athletic training, our dietitian, and then also our sport coaches. Education is a huge part. We talk about to our kids every day about, you've got to graduate. That's one of our key components we talk about in recruiting to their parents, is that they're going to graduate. Someday your athletic career will come to an end, but that piece of paper is what's going to propel you in front of other people. There are jobs like this or athletic training that you can still have, you still get that feeling of the excitement of game day and preparation and all those kind of things. It's not the same, but it's pretty close. My thing is I got into it really to work with young people. My age group is basically 18 to 23-year-old kids I work with every single day, so they kind of keep you young, and you get to see them develop as young people. To be honest with you, it all started really was in 7th grade. I had a PE teacher. He was also the strength coach and the athletic trainer for Santa Rosa Junior College. And so it kind of started there with my fascination for being able to help people be better athletes. And then when I got to college, I just kind of harped on my head coach to let me be an assistant. And he kept just saying, come back, come back, come back. So I did internships every summer. And then once I graduated, I became a graduate assistant at Utah State, and then a full-time assistant, and then a head guy. We did have certification in strength and conditioning, but there's a lot of good strength coaches. Chris Carlisle's with the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, he's got his in history. So it doesn't necessarily have to be, you want to have some background in health and science and those kind of things. I have a bachelor's in education and I have a master's in science, so mine was very geared towards this profession, but not everybody is. It doesn't have to be that. It helps, obviously, to have a little more foundation to that, but you need to have a master's degree. That's how we hire people. It all depends on, one, what school you're working for, what division you're working for, whether it just kind of depends on your head coach, how much they value you. It can be anywhere from, entry level at $45,000 to there's the guys that make $500,000. So it kind of depends on, your school, your team, your organization, and the value they put into strength and conditioning. Big jump. Just hard work and being consistent and being dedicated to what you want to do and have a passion for what you do, you can move along the ladder. You can definitely outwork people, and being consistent, not having to be told what to do all the time, those kind of things, and being outgoing, I think will help you a lot.